hop on here real quick and talk for 45 minutes.
So this is Leisha's shop. It's so cute. There's all this beautiful stuff in here, as you guys saw. We'll show you more. There's local stuff, obviously. You can't get some plants online, but there's a bunch of products you can order online, and we'll show them to you, and you can check out her Facebook and website to get a list of those. But today we're highlighting her tinctures, and we're gonna head over to the tincture shelf and show you all the bottles and tell you what they all do. Well, she's going to. I'm just gonna stand and hold the camera while she shows you all her goodies. But you guys know how much I love these tinctures. I use them every time I get sick. Aren't you glad Lisa's back, you guys? We've been trying to do this for a long time, but with all the children, it's been hard.
Yes, we're hiding in the tincture shop right now. Okay, so you know when you get on those YouTube videos, which is me when I'm trying to learn something, and then the people talk forever and ever, and you're like, get to the point. Okay, so I'm gonna try really hard to get to the point. There are some of you, which are probably like me, that just wanna say, just tell me what to do. Just tell me what it's for. I don't wanna read the whole article. I don't wanna read the science behind it. I don't wanna read all the research. Just tell me what it's for. So this video is just tell me what it's for. I do wanna say that if you get on my Facebook page, is where there's the most information. You can search at the top search bar, like urinary or UTI, and then you can find the post on UTI, and that's more helpful than messaging me and say, what do you do for UTI? It's just easier. It will take me a week or so to get back to you. So if you just type in UTI, you can read about it'll pop up urinary tract support. And then the other thing I love about the Facebook page is that if you type in the word testimonies, I've done many, many posts that I do a contest almost every 2 or 3 months on testimonies, and I just say, just post your favorite story or testimony on Heaven Help Me, and then you get real live people that are sharing their favorite things and why, and telling their stories, and then it's just nice. When I read reviews, I just want to hear real life stories, not necessarily from the person that sells them. Here we are. This is the tincture cabinet, and it's got all of our tinctures in it, and I don't even know how many we have right now, maybe 25? So anyway, we're gonna start with Adrenals. Adrenals is for those who need adrenal support, for those who have adrenal fatigue, which is probably 100% of women today. So most of us are living in flight or fight mode 24/7, and if you are, one day you will crash and burn. So if you're having issues with adrenal fatigue and you're tired all the time, you possibly could use Adrenals tincture. Again, this is where I say this is what it's for. And when I go through every single tincture as you're listening, you're gonna go, oh, I need that. And then I'm gonna go to the next one, and you're gonna go, oh, I need that. And then I'm gonna do the next one, and you're like, oh, we really need that. And you're gonna realize, oh, I need every single tincture, but you don't necessarily. So you need to do your own research and figure out, do you really need Adrenals? Or maybe you just need a relaxed tincture, or maybe you just need to stop drinking soda. I mean, you know your own body. So you're not gonna, I mean, obviously we make the tinctures. I make the tinctures that we have needed for our family, and that's the ones that we have. And so we don't use all of them regularly necessarily, but I mean, you might. So anyway, the first time I read through an herb magazine, I started circling, oh, I need this herb. Oh, this one. Next thing I know, I had 60 herbs I circled. So I had to pick and choose. So you'll have to too. And then eventually you might have the whole arsenal in your fridge like we do. Okay, so adrenal tincture for adrenal support. Okay, these have adaptogenic herbs in them, and they help us deal with stress. So that's what the adrenal support tincture is for. Anti-inflammatory, obviously, most of the titles of the tinctures have to do with what they're for. Okay, so anti-inflammatory tincture, obviously, what's the herb that everybody's using now is turmeric. And so that's an anti-inflammatory. It's got black pepper in it also, and it's best taken with a fat, and this helps a lot of people with joint pain and inflammation. So that's kind of an obvious. The Breathe tincture. The main herb in this is lobelia, which is anti-asthmatic, and it's a bronchial dilator. And so we use this for croup. I made it when my second child was a baby, and he had this croup cough, and I'd never heard of it. And I found the tincture in my fridge called Cough, and I gave him a little bit of it, and it stopped within 30 seconds. He gets croup every year when the seasons change, and now I have 2 other children that get it. When the temperature changes, is usually for some reason it does something to our lungs, maybe causes them to contract, and we use Breathe tincture, and it has been a lifesaver. I'm telling you, we have hundreds of customers now that use Breathe tincture and just keep it in their fridge, maybe use it once or twice a year, and has saved them from many ER trips. You can look up lobelia and learn about that, because I know you're not going to do that. The cold and flu tincture. which is just strictly elderberry. We're actually changing the label now. It's gonna say just elderberry because everyone's like, I came to your shop and I couldn't find elderberry. It's because it's called cold and flu. So we'll change it back for you. Elderberry, we all know what elderberry is known for. Most of us know it's for, it fights the flu, but it is not just for flu. It's for all winter ailments. So we keep elderberry on hand, and the first sign of sniffle, a lot of times people just use elderberry and get away with healing it, preventing a lot of sicknesses with it. Ginger aid. I made that because I had 2 children that got car sick all the time, and so I made ginger aid, and it's just ginger. And it's got a spicy kick to it, but it's really good and sweet. It kind of tastes like that spicy ginger candy. So I actually just keep that in my car for my car sick kids, and whenever, or the van, and whenever they get sick on a trip or whatever, we just make sure you take ginger aid. However, even though that's why I made it, we use ginger for other things. It's great for digestion, it's antiviral, you can use it for stomach bug, you can use it for viruses, you can use it for, goodness, so many things. Just Google benefits of ginger and you'll find a wide range of things. Heart healthy. Okay, so I get lots of reviews on heart healthy, people with heart problems. I read this book long ago, and it was about this man who had a heart condition and they couldn't help him anymore, so he started studying. Somebody told him about cayenne pepper, garlic, and hawthorn berry. And if you look up hawthorn berry, heart, garlic, heart, cayenne pepper, heart, you will read all the amazing benefits of these 3 herbs in this tincture that are good for heart. I've gotten a lot of messages from people that are like, my kids are chronically sick, we've been sick for 6 months, we just can't get over stuff. You probably have a clogged lymphatic system. We're not exercising as much, we aren't outside as much. Exercising, jumping up and down drains our lymphatic system, and the Love Your Limbs tincture has herbs in it that clean out your lymphatic system and help your lymphatic system drain out. And wonderful testimonies on this with people's swollen lymph nodes. We've used it on our own children. It works awesome. Be diligent about it. I even had each of my children take a little bottle of Love Your Limbs tincture and put it on their bedside table, and every night when they went to bed I told them to take 2 squirts, and we did that until the bottle was gone. And I'm going to do that with my kids probably twice a year. Lymphatic system, when our lymph system is clogged up, it's our first defense with the immune system. So when our lymphs are clogged up, it's kind of hard to fight off illness. Okay, what do we have here? Limeade. Okay, probably need to change the title on that. When Lyme first became a big scare a couple years ago, we came out with the Lyme tincture because we were dealing with it in our family. And so it is not, I repeat, it is not to be used with those who have chronic Lyme, because you guys know that it's an autoimmune response, and if you take something that's high in immune boosting, sometimes you have a reverse effect and it's not helpful for you. So, and you guys might know more about that even than me. The Lyme tincture is used to prevent Lyme, and at the first sign of like Lyme sickness, such as you get a mosquito bite or you have the red rash or whatever, you can start taking that to build your immune system. And to fight off infection. So we would say take Lyme and Powerhouse. We always go back to Powerhouse. Anyway, I'm going to change the name on it because everyone thinks it's just for Lyme, but it's got astragalus in it, which is one of the best immune boosting herbs out there, and it's got rose hips in it and elderberry, very, very high. The whole thing is very, very high in vitamin C, and so Limeade is not just for Lyme. I mean, it's one of the tinctures that you can probably take daily during the winter to just boost your immune system up. Of course, I say don't take anything forever. Always give your body a break from some things. It's just good for it. But anyway, Limeade, Powerhouse and Immune Booster have echinacea. It's like the one herb you can build immunity to. So we say take it for 2 weeks at a time and then take a week off so that your body doesn't build immunity to it. However, I know some of these old people out there that have been taking echinacea capsules for 10 years straight every day, and they seem fine, so who knows. So real quick, one of the first questions people are going to say is, well, what's better? Okay, nothing's better. It's all personal preference. And it's like when people say to me, what's better, oils or tinctures? Neither. They're both awesome. And so it's personal preference. I mean, some people use oils and that's what they started with and they're using them and they work great. So don't change. If it works great for you, then great. So many other people like homeopathy. If it works for you, great. Keep using homeopathy. This is just what we started with first. And so we use this. Okay, Mama's Milk. Mama's Milk tincture is for increasing your breast milk supply and also for providing nutrition to your breast milk. So one thing I want to say real quick while I'm thinking about it, pregnancy, you don't get pregnant and then you say, okay, I'm pregnant now, I'm going to start eating healthy and doing all this stuff. Okay, the health of your baby starts years prior, and I'm not saying this to scare anyone, it's just something that is true, we need to know. It starts years prior to pregnancy. Just keep that in mind. We all do it, I've done it too. I'm pregnant, so I'm gonna stop eating this and this and this now, which is great, you should do that. But at the same time, also think to yourself, the health of your baby starts years prior to pregnancy. Plantain tincture, this is a new one and I just posted about it. You can type in plantain on the Heaven Help Me page and you can read all the stuff about it. I mean, it's fascinating. But the main things this is good for is respiratory issues and digestive issues. So a lot of people use this for allergies. And I know everyone asks me for an allergy tincture and I'm working on it. I really am working on a formula for one. So bear with me. But a lot of people are just using plantain. Probably one of our #1 sellers, Powerhouse, because it's the antibiotic. So every time you go to the doctor, your kids are sick, you get an antibiotic. Every time you go get a bug bite or staph or whatever, you're an UTI and everything. Oh, it's an infection, let me write you a prescription, okay? So far, our family of 9 has survived off Powerhouse and have fought off infections with just Powerhouse. Again, not saying we won't need something tomorrow at the doctor, I don't know. But for now, so far, it's a testimony of how powerful Powerhouse is and how the herbs that God made are just as powerful, I think, as pharmaceuticals. Okay, Relax tincture has relaxants in it. It has valerian in it, which helps slow your heart rate. So if you're on medication that for some reason helps speed up your heart rate, then don't take Relax. But it's got valerian in it, which is a relaxant. And we used to call this sleep tincture, but then we called it something else, and then we voted on it, we called it Relax. Some people take it daily. They just take Adrenals and Relax, and it's helped them a lot with anxiety and stress, and they just take it regularly. Okay, respiratory and congestion tincture, that is one of our top sellers too. During the winter months, Respiratory and Powerhouse, Respiratory and Powerhouse, that's what we use. The first sign of sniffle, go take Respiratory and Powerhouse, Respiratory and Powerhouse. And then we also sometimes add in the cold and flu, and then the fever, if they get a fever. I mean, there is no perfect way to do tinctures. Literally, my kids all probably do it different. I just go take tincture, and they kind of know the ones that they like the best, that work the best, that taste the best for them. Respiratory tincture is an expectorant. It expels the mucus. So this has been a lifesaver. I mean, I love this tincture. It's like a miracle by God. It's like when your kids are stuffy and they can't breathe and they can't sleep, we give them respiratory tincture and Powerhouse to kill the infection. But the respiratory tincture helps expel the mucus. So it's got wild cherry bark in it, which is from actually when wild cherry cough syrup, you know, they used to make it. They actually used to make it from wild cherry bark, but I don't think they do that anymore. So now it's wild cherry bark in our tincture. It's the official bark of the tree. Isn't that so cool? Wild cherry tree, and the bark of wild cherry tree is made in this tincture, and it's an expectorant. So sometimes I gargle this for sore throat, cough. We use it for cough, sore throat, congestion, snot, all that kind of stuff. Okay, moving on. Tension headache is for tension headache. Who thought? So I will be very honest, I get headaches during my period every month, and this doesn't usually help them. It has a couple times, but it does not help me with my hormonal headaches. I have had others that have had migraines for 20 years and say that this is a miracle to them. So headaches are a very tricky thing. You have to figure out the root cause of why you get the headaches. For thyme tincture, and I had to get out my phone to read this because this is too much for my brain to say. Okay, so thyme contains potent antiviral properties, and it's essential for Epstein-Barr, shingles, hepatitis, influenza, herpes, HPV, etc. If taken on a regular basis, it can significantly help to reduce the viral load in the body, which makes it highly beneficial for those suffering from chronic fatigue syndrome, fibro, Hashimoto's, thyroiditis, rheumatoid, lupus, vertigo, multiple sclerosis, etc., all those. Okay, it's a purifying herb for the digestive tract, and it's been found to destroy intestinal worms and roundworms and aid in digestion. It's essential for the urinary tract health and can prevent infections and keep healthy bacteria in balance. It's highly antioxidant too, so this is why it's good for a lot of those autoimmune issues. So you can read about thyme. That post is much longer and it's on my Facebook page. So just type in thyme, T-H-Y-M-E. So tummy tincture. Okay, tummy tincture is one of the very first tinctures I made, and it's for the tummy. So it's good for gas and digestion. It's got fennel seed in it, which in other countries they'll have fennel seed, like at Italian restaurants, they'll have fennel seeds after dinner that you chew on to help with your digestion. So tummy is great for gas and colic and upset stomach. So whenever my kids say, I have a tummy ache, go take tummy tincture. They don't even have to ask anymore, they just know. Urinary tract, urinary system support. It's great for UTIs, especially those of you who have chronic UTIs. It is like, I honestly, what I tell people, they're like, how often do I take it? I would take it and I would go through the whole bottle. I would take it every day. It'll last you about 30 days. Clean out your urinary tract, your kidneys, bladder. It's good for all of those, urinary tract, kidneys, and bladder. I've had some testimonies that these helped with their kidney stones. So anyway, definitely a good one for some reason. UTIs are extremely common today, even in children. So we take the urinary tract with Powerhouse. We do not get UTIs a lot, but I've had my kids say their pee has stung a few times. So I've given them the urinary tract tincture and Powerhouse to kill the infection. Okay, we're almost done. Wonder Woman tincture. Okay, so Wonder Woman is Wonder Woman. It's for females and it's great for PMS. That's the main thing I get raves about, is for PMS. Like, this has helped me to just balance my hormones. It's helped me to have my cycle again. It's helped me to not have cramps. I don't bleed as much. So many things. It's good for pre-pregnancy, during pregnancy, and post-pregnancy. Red raspberries in it. It strengthens the womb before, during, and after pregnancy. So I recommend this for all females right now.
So you guys, all of the tinctures you just heard about are available on Lisa's website, heavenhelpme.com.
No, heavenhelpmetn for Tennessee, heavenhelpmetn.com.
Okay, I will post the link in the description. Go there. You can use a 15% off promo, one time, first order, one time use. It's Alana L, all caps. And you could do that with any of the online stuff, but these are all available online. Go to the website to see what else she's got available online.
I even have this hat available.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Support local. I just wanted to add fun things to my store besides natural remedies, and this is one of them. I love it.
Cute. And of course, if you're local, swing by the shop and have a blast shopping. Thanks for watching, you guys. God bless you all.
Bye.
See you next time.